Hey guys, Tony Porter. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Tabletop Baseball Digest. Let me adjust this just a little bit. And we're going to play a quick game of a deep drive baseball. It's easy and super fast to play. We are in Candlestick Park. It's the Reds visiting in San Francisco. And let me go over the lineups. And one trick with this game really is, excuse me, just knowing the players a little bit. I don't feel like writing anything down. I'm using a helper. I'm using my my Replay Baseball helper, which is super convenient and easy to use. And it's going to be O'Toole, Jim O'Toole, both lefties, both southpaws going today. And it's going to be O'Toole versus McCormick. So you shouldn't see anybody with an L, any lefties with a circle around there, because those would be hit with a penalty. So for the Reds, the visiting Reds, it's Casco at short, Pinson in center. And I'm looking for anything that really stands out. So far there are threes, that's standard. Frank Robinson will be playing left field. He's a 4 there, so I'll have to kind of take that into consideration. Wally Post is cleanup in right field. He's a 3. So you're looking, if it's threes, so then you can put them out of your mind. But if it's anything up or higher, see, he's a pretty good first baseman at a 4. Higher is better. It goes up to 5. Ed Bailey is a below average catcher. And he's away, so he will get a pass ball. He's a 2, and Bummer is a 3, and O'Toole will be this is his batting card. And you get the whole season with all the players for $15, which is, I'm going to buy a couple of sets, 2016 and 2024 that's coming out pretty soon. I want to quickly check something real fast here before we start. Now you can get a whole team. You can print out a whole team on 4 sheets. I use 90-pound paper. That's how I do it. Let's see. All right, so we're going to get started. Let's play ball. Oh, and for the Giants, let me go over Malfitano, Kuhn, Mays, Cepeda, Alou, Davenport, Pagan, and Schmidt, the catcher, and then McCormick, the pitcher. So let's get this started. Let's move this up just a tad here. And let's play ball. All right, it's 54. That's going to be a line drive base hit. An S+. That makes a difference if there's guys on base. There's nobody on base right now. Casco only stole 4 bases all season, so I'm not going to really worry about that. Veda Pinson's up. And here's the pitch from McCormick. 46 with an 8. That's a fly ball to left. Felipe Alou is under it, makes the catch. Frank Robinson now. A 90. This could be a pickoff. Okay, it is going to be a pickoff. A 90 is a pickoff, and he's picked off first. So McCormick has a pretty good pickoff move and throws the first, and they get him. Pick off first base. All right. And Robinson's still up. 2 outs now. And that's a 10. It'll be a ground ball and through into left field for a single. So Frank Robinson's on with the second hit of the inning. Here's Wally Post. The pitch, it's an 80, and that's going to fall into the out. Remember, it's 0 to 49 on the batter, and then 50 to 99. So that 80 is a 2, and that's a bouncer to the first baseman who retires the side. So this game plays super duper fast, and you'll see once we get going here. Let me just make, I'm using my phone so you can see the cards a little bit more clearly than normal with my I have a very poor GoPro that I use that's very blurry. I got to get a better one. Anyway, Amalfitano's leading off against Jim O'Toole. And here's the pitch, and that's a 68, which will be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Harvey Kuhn. Kuhn with an 80 and a 5, and that falls within the outs, and that's bounced to short. Scooped up by Casco, throws a strike to Coleman, 2-away. Willie Mays, 77, and that's an out with a 9, and that is a shallow fly ball center field. In comes Pinson, and Pinson with a sliding catch. We'll go to the top of the second, no score. Gene Freeze is up. Here's the pitch from McCormick, and that's a 57. Live base hit. So McCormick, let's see, Freeze, let's see his stolen bases. He had 8, so we're not going to do that. Gordy Coleman, we're not doing anything fancy right now, no hit and run right now. With 55, that's going to be a base hit, and we got to know the speeds of the runners, because that's a single plus moves him an extra base. Yeah, and he's an average runner, so that single plus is probably for guys that drove in a few extra RBIs, had a few extra RBIs. So it's going to be first and third with Bailey. We're playing back. It's early in the game. Here's the pitch. And it's an 18, and that will be a strikeout. Big strikeout for McCormick here against Ed Bailey. Next is Bomber. The pitch, and that's a 62, which is ball 4. So he doesn't walk. So he cannot get a walk there, from what I understand. And I'm going to look him up just to basically, let's go back one. Jim Bomber. Did he walk at all? He never, he did have 2 walks. Okay, oh wait, that's 49. 61, no walks. Okay, so he can't walk. All right, so we're going to, and if he can't walk, we're going to move down. We're not going to roll again. We're just going to move down to the first out. This is strikeout. So 2 down now. And next is O'Toole. McCormick winds up first and third. So he's from the set. The pitch, and a 96 with a 0. That is ripped and caught by Amalfitano on a rope right at the second baseman. That retires the side. They leave a couple. Go to the bottom of the second. Orlando Cepeda leads off with a 57. That's going to be a check swing blooper, and that drops in for a base hit. So he's on at first, and here's Felipe Alou. The pitch to Alou with a 33 will be a 7, and that's a deep drive to left field. And a deep drive to left field may give us the opportunity to tag up all those deep drives. Let's see here. Got a lot of cards going on. Deep drive to left field. Let me see. I'm still learning that. So deep drive to left field. Fast and a very fast. Nope. Can't do it. All right. Not from first base to second base. So here is the next batter is, looks like it's Schmidt. Where is Schmidt? Hold on a second. Let's look at. Yeah, it's Alou, and then it's Schmidt. Alou, Schmidt. There he is. 1961. Not normally I don't normally go beyond the 70s. Here's the pitch to Schmidt, and it's a 55, which will be a base hit with a plus sign, and that'll send Cepeda to third. First and third now with 1 out. And still early in the game, so we're going to play the infield back. Davenport, he's a right-handed hitter. O'Toole gets the sign from Bailey. Sets, deals, so. And that's going to be a 66, which will be a swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Davenport. 2-away. And here's Jose Pagan. The pitch, a 12, and that's going to be struck him out. Go to top of the third, no score. Casco, top of the order, leading off. And a 40 with a 7, that's going to be an out on the Casco card. A 7 is a bouncer to short. Scooped up by Pagan. Over to first in time. Pinson steps in the box, bats from the left side, 0-0. That's going to be a deep drive, and with a deep drive from a lefty with that one. Yeah. Here it is. Oh, a 73, and that deep drive is going to be a drive in the gap, and that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Digging for second is Pinson, and he's got a double out of it. 73 is a double. So he's at second base with one out. Next comes Frank Robinson, who I don't know, do we want to deal with at all? I'm going to put him on, intentionally walk him. Face Wally Post. Pitch from McCormick, and a 61. That's going to be a base on ball. So the bases are loaded now. For Gene Freeze, right-handed hitter. Pitch from McCormick. Infield's back. 44. We may get what we want. 8. No, it's a fly ball to right. Pinson may score on this. Fly ball to right. Fly ball to right. Pinson, we'll see what he is. Oh, he's an average runner. So we'll have to roll for him to score. He can still score home. He can come home. So let's roll. It's going to be on the choice chart. And let's do it. And that's going to be a 43, which will fall into 43. He scores. So a sacrifice fly. The Reds are on the board. And it's Gordy Coleman. The pitch at 28, and that'll be a deep fly ball to right, backing up his Kuhn to the track, and he's under it. So the Reds pick up a run. They lead it. Very easy and smooth. Here's O'Toole facing McCormick. Pitcher on pitcher, 76. That's going to be a defensive check. And that's a 15, and I'll show you how that works. My third baseman, if he's anything less than a 2, it's going to be a single. So Freeze. If Freeze is anything less than a 2, and Freeze is a 3, so he'll make the play. Dives for it, up on his feet, over to first in time. Malfitano, here he comes. That's a 31, and that'll be with an 8. That's a fly ball right field. Over his post. He's under it, squeezes it for out number 2. Kuhn now with a 90, and that is a 90 will be a pickoff, but there's nobody on base. So we'll push that to a fly ball to shallow center field to end the inning. Top of the 4th. I told you it moves fast. Ed Bailey with a 59, and that's going to be bounced up the middle, base hit. Played by Mays in center. This is my Mays replay, really. That's why I started doing it. Bomber's going to bunt. Let's see. Not the most exciting, and it's a strikeout. So on a bunt with a strikeout, it's, let's see. Bunt on a strikeout. 2 strikes. So let's do it again. And that's a 14, which will be a strikeout. O'Toole will bunt. 0-3, and that's going to be a single. Let's see, single or single. If the reading came off the batter card, which it did, then we roll the 8. The 8 says it's sacrifice hit. Okay, so no hit. So it's a sacrifice hit to 8 is the third baseman. So runner on scoring position at second base, Bailey, who is not very fast at all. That's one of those guys that I remember. He's very slow, I believe, Bailey. Yeah. So it'll take a lot to get him home, like a double. All right, Eddie Casco, pitch from McCormick. It's going to be a 64, and that is a strikeout to end the inning. So So they leave a man stranded at second, and here comes Willie Mays. Pitch from O'Toole, 70. That's on O'Toole's card, and that's a check swing. They check with the first base umpire, and he rings him up. Mays doesn't like it. Orlando Cepeda. How's Cepeda batting? .515 and 33 at bats. That's an 88 on the pitcher card with a 5, and it's a roller to short. Casco comes strong. And he throws him out. And here is Felipe Alou. 97, that's a 1, and popped up with a 7. That's an odd number, so the odds go to the first baseman, the evens go to the catcher. And here comes Pinson. That's the top of the 5th now with Vita Pinson leading off with 74, and that's going to be a defensive call. Let's see what that is. A 58. 58 will be your pitcher, and the pitcher is a 4. Ooh, that's a pretty good feeling. Yep, little tapper right back to McCormick, who makes a nice play on it, throws over to first. 1 down. Next is Frank Robinson. 1-0. The Reds. 65, and that's going to be a strikeout. He whiffs Robinson, and Wally Post with a 64, and that'll be a back-to-back K's. Bottom of the 5th. Bob Schmidt, the catcher. And the 35 will be an out, line out to first base. He rips one, hits it on the screws, but right at the first baseman, who snatches it. Jim Davenport with an 80, and that'll be a bouncer to short, slow bouncer, so Bombers having to charge, sidearms it to first in time. And Jose Pagan. Pagan with a 0-2, and that's going to be line. Base hit, he rips one to center. Played it on a hop by Pinson, excuse me. And it's McCormick with a 79, and that will be an out for slow roller to second, but they get him out. All right, Gene Freeze leads off the top of the 6th. As I said, this game is moving really fast. And it's 36, and a 36 will be an out, will be popped up right side. First baseman near the stands and makes the catch. And Gordy Coleman, the first baseman, pretty decent first baseman, 39 with a 4, and that'll be bounced to third. Davenport fires a rocket, a missile to first base, showing off that arm. And now it's Bailey, 2 outs. And Bailey with a 0-9, which will be a check swing, blooper, and over Amalfitano's head for a single. So Bailey, who's super slow, 6th inning, not going to do anything in this game. Nah. Bombers up with a 26, and that'll be a strikeout to end the inning. All right, so in a little bit I'll count up. These are 2 pitchers that have a nice long stamina, so you can get them deep into games. 12, you definitely. That's why I decided I was going to record this game. All right, so Malfitano's up against O'Toole, and it's a 37 with an 8, and that's a fly ball to right field. 1 down. Harvey Kuhn is next. 82, and that's a 4, and bounce slowly to second base. Bomber charges, sidearms in time. And here's Willie Mays, the Willie Mays, with a 94. That's going to be an out. A 2 is a bouncer to first. And that retires the side for Mays. All right, we go to 7th inning, 1-0, Cincinnati. O'Toole leads off. Here's the pitch. 63, and that's a base on balls. He walks. Ooh, rare 7. Okay, so he can't walk unless it's higher than 7, I believe. So we got to roll 1 die. Well, This one says 8, so it's higher than 7, so he doesn't. He does walk, right? I have it here highlighted because it's one of those rules that you want to keep on kind of, yeah. Equal the number rare, keep the result. So if the modifier die is less than or equal to the number following the rare, keep the result. Otherwise, change the result to an out. So it's not equal or less than. So that means we're going to change it to an out, and it's going to be a strikeout. So no walk. It's going to be a strikeout. All right. And Cast goes up. Or Costco. Pitch. And a 28 with a 4. Bounce to third. Davenport's there. Fires the first. 2 down. And here's Pinson again with a 51. That's going to be a deep drive on a lefty with a 3. And that ball is... oh, that's going to be off the top of the wall. And around second is Pinson. He's digging for third, and here's the relay, and he is safe with a 2-out triple. Vada Pinson, 24. Wow. Here's Frank Robinson, and we're going to walk him again. Had a good season, hit 37 home runs, 124 RBIs. We're going to pitch to Wally Post. And a 22 is a strikeout, and we're out of the inning. So good move by the manager. Cepeda's up against Jim O'Toole. So we're both in the 7th. So one way you do this is you count the innings. We're in the 7th. So both pitchers pitched 6 innings, right? They pitched 6 innings. Only one pitcher allowed a run, so that's 7. They've been through the lineup. Let's see how many times. O'Toole has been through the lineup twice. So that's a 9, so he's a 12, so he's still got time. Cepeda. 29er, 29. Defense. See what that is. With a 61. And a 61 is going to be an error on the pitcher, O'Toole. So it's going to be an E1. So Cepeda's on at first. Cepeda had 12 stolen bases. We're going to have to bunt here with Felipe Alou, who's got some power. He's going to swing away. 49 with a 0. Oh, that's a rip. Line then caught by the second baseman. Now it could double up Cepeda, and they don't. L4. Bob Schmidt now. The pitch, and it's a 36 with a 1 popped up left side. Third baseman's there. Makes the catch. Davenport with 2 out, 45, and that's going to be a line drive, and again caught by Bomber. L4. Gene Freeze. The pitch from McCormick, 0-2, and that's going to be a deep drive. And that ball is off the wall. And he's going to dig for second, and he's going to make it. So Freeze with a leadoff double. Coleman now, so let me see where McCormick is at. McCormick has 12 points. So he's gone through the lineup. He's gone through the lineup 4 times. No, 3 times. 3 times through the lineup. Plus he's gone 7 innings, so that's 10. He's given up a run, earned run, so that's 11. He still has 1 more inning, which is this inning. All right, here goes. And that's going to be a 14, which will be a single. But Freeze, unless Freeze is super fast, and he is not, he's going to hold up on that single. It's just a plain single, no single plus. All right, first and third, we're going to have to bring the infield in here. See what happens. Bailey. And that's a 12, and that's going to be ball 4. So bases are now loaded, and up comes Jim Bauer, or Bomber. So, let me look at the bullpen here. Not going to wait. There's nobody out. Bases loaded. He's in a predicament, but you know what? I'm going to let him get himself out of it. and I'm going to play in pitch. That's a 34, and that is going to be a line out. Oh, and if this is less than, oh no, okay, so it's a line out to third, L5. If it's 0-0 to 0-9, then it's a double play. O'Toole, the pitcher, with the bases loaded. Infield's in. What is that? 98. 98 with a 9 is going to be a fly ball center field. Freeze, we got to look at his speed. Freeze is average, and what do we say? It was a 98 and a 9, and that's a F8. Let's see if he can score here on an F8. I don't know. F8 average, yes he does. So that will be a sacrifice fly. And Costco now with 2 runners on and 2 outs. And it's going to be an 88, which will be an out on the pitcher card with a fly ball in the air for Mays, and he gets to it, puts it away. All right, bottom of the 8th. Jose Pagan. Now O'Toole, I believe, is tired, so we are going to take a look. O'Toole, he's faced, hasn't gone through the order 3 times yet. So it's a 2. He's gone 7. That's a 9. He's given up no runs, so he's still good. So O'Toole against Pagan with a 94 and a 6, and that's a hard hit ball to the shortstop. Backhands it, long throw to first in the dirt, but dug out by Coleman. 6-3. And we're going to pinch hit for McCormick. We're going to bring in a righty somewhere. We'll call in Brazou. Let's see. Eddie Brazou will pinch hit for the pitcher, and then we'll look and see who we're going to bring in. And here's the pitch. And that's a 29. That'll be an out with a 9, which is a fly ball to right. Under it is Post, 2 down. And Amalfitano. O'Toole checks in with Bailey for the sign. Winds and deals. That's going to be an 89 with a 5, and that is a roller to short. Scooped up by Costco, throws over to first, and that retires the side. So 9th inning. We got here quick, my friends. But we need a new pitcher. And we're gonna grab Bowling. Let me see. Bowling for dollars. No, you know what? We're gonna grab Miller. Bring Miller in. Real fun game, and it just has a lot of aspects to it that make it very convenient to buy. Very inexpensive. You get all the players. It's based on, good math, basic math. So here's Stu Miller. That's like their ace. And it is a close game. It's 2-0 here in the 9th. See what happens with San Francisco. It's going to be Pinson first. So here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 97 with a 5. That'll be an out. A 5 says it's a slow roller to short. Pagan comes in hard. Bare hands. It fires a strike to Cepeda. Frank Robinson now. The pitch. And that's a 99. 99 could be a pass ball, but there's nobody on base. So that's going to be an out on the pitcher card. What kind of an out? A deep fly to right field. Pushes Kuhn back to the track. And that's out number 2. But Frank Robinson gave it a ride. And Wally Post. The pitch, 89. 89. With a 4 is a bouncer to third. Davenport's there. Throws him out, and that retires the side. Last licks for the Giants. They trail 2-0. Cincinnati with 10-2-1, and the Giants with 0-3-0. So Kuhn is leading off against O'Toole. O'Toole's going for the complete game here because he's pitching a shutout. So that's going to be a 33, and a 33 will be a 2, which is tapped right back to O'Toole. Picks it up, fires the first, 1 away. Here's Willie Mays. And Willie Mays with a 90, that is a pickoff, but there's nobody there. So that 90 is going to turn into a 3, a 5, a bounce to the third, freeze, throws a strike to first. So the Giants are down to their last out, and is Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda's having a crazy month, batting .386, 3 home runs in 35 at bats. The pitch from O'Toole with a 25, and that will be a strikeout, and the ball game is over, my friends. That went very, very, very quickly. Yes, it did. Final score, 2-0 Reds over the Giants, and the win goes to O'Toole. He's 3-0. The loss goes to McCormick. He's 1-1, but he pitched well. Let's look at some. Let's quickly look at. Hold on.